and welcome back to Desperate for a Name. I'm Mickey.
And I'm Nati.
I had that dramatic pause in there.
Okay.
For all they know, I could have been some other guy. My name could be Jason or Tristan or Trey. I'm gonna be some douche named Trey now. I'm not gonna be some douche named Trey.
All three of those were douche
All
names.
three of those were douche names.
All three of those were Tristan, douche name. Trey, douchiest name. I don't remember the first one.
Jason?
Yep.
That's not really a douchey name, but like...
Yeah, anyone named Jason, you're a douche.
Really? Anyone named Jason?
Including Jason Todd.
Okay, Jason Todd, yeah. But what about, actually, what's his last name? Crap. Jason, like the Red Ranger. He's not a douche.
Which Jason?
Jason.
Oh. Now he's a douche.
He can't be a douche.
They're all douches.
They're all douches. Anyway,
they don't have
as much as I love...
Sorry, they don't have enough personality to be anything but.
Okay, contrary to what this sounds like, we're not having a douche-off conversation today. I
would lose because you're the bigger douche.
No, this is true. This is true. Today we're continuing on our Tarzan-ATHON.
Who is a douche?
He's not a douche. Tarzan is not a douche.
Fine, but there are going to be some douches in the movie we're talking about.
Yeah, no, that we are. And if you're following us from last week, good.
And if not, we're not going to waste time explaining it.
Also, this is Tarzan. You should know this shit.
This is going to be labeled as...
For once, we're not really covering something that's like a super niche
obscure thing. Everyone knows who Tarzan is.
You should know who Tarzan... He's over 100 years old. If you don't know even basic crap about it, I don't know where you've been living.
Where Tarzan lives.
Oh, well, actually, yeah, no. You have to be as like socially inept as he is.
Yeah, you have to be as isolated from most of society as he is.
Anyway, so this week we decided to talk, or we've covered, we watched essentially.
Unfortunately, we sat through. We
sat through, and we watched the.
I will be having no mercy.
Yeah, the 2013 animated Tarzan movie, which most people don't even know existed because it was not very well advertised. I mean, I will admit this. Okay, a little bit of backstory. One thing is for sure. This thing we should probably get off of that. This was not, I think, an American-produced movie. This was, I think, a partially German-produced.
I knew it. Of course.
Yes, it was the Germans' master plan.
The whole time.
Yes. And it was released internationally, I think, first before coming to the U.S. I don't even think.
And when we say animated, we mean CG.
Yeah, I got full-on CG anime. This is like a 2013, not low-budget animated movie. It's not great. It's not great. But oh god, where was I going with this? Anyway, so this was made in Germany at the time. I forget what company did. I think they somehow got the rights. Somehow they just got the rights from like the Burroughs estate, the people, the guy who invented the ones who owned.
I mean, isn't Tarzan public domain? Do they?
He is, but they have the rights for him. I think the public domain now he's public domain, but I think they bought the rights back for him. I don't know because like.
What? Because they wanted exclusive rights?
Well, no, because it belongs to the estate and it's.
Wouldn't Tarzan have been public domain by the time Disney made a movie about him in the 90s?
Yeah, but Disney could buy the rights from anybody.
Disney could buy the rights for everything.
Yeah, they don't.
Disney
you know how much Disney loves to make money off public domain characters.
Yeah, and by
the assholes, no, God forbid, you use that I mean, now they spend billions of dollars on like Star Wars and Marvel, so it's like they might as well just use those. But it's like you guys don't need to do public domain.
Remember, they also spent a shitload of money lobbying Congress to change the rules so that their characters who have been around forever don't enter the public domain.
Which is a pain in the ass. No, because that way they don't have to buy the rights back.
Yeah, they literally changed the rules so that they could A, use as many public domain characters as they want, and B, make sure their characters don't enter the public domain.
Yeah.
Because they're monsters. Because it's Disney.
I forget what the statute of the public domain is. If you don't renew it's like a renewal thing. If you don't renew the patent, it's like it just goes into public domain, and that means anyone can grab the rights.
Right. No, I'm just like the minute their characters were about to enter the domain, they lobbied
but also
Congress
you get it's like a freaking gold mine though. If if someone buys the rights to like Mickey Mouse or something,
they won't be able to.
No, they won't be able to. But I'm saying but that's one of the reasons I think we're worried about it is because if someone snatches up the rights, they're making so much bank off of those rights.
The only one allowed to make money off of popular characters is us.
Yeah. Although I don't think...
Oh, I forgot to... this is a different conversation topic. It would lead us down a whole nother rabbit hole.
Okay.
No, because the Ditko estate wants to buy back the rights from Spider-Man from Marvel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not getting it.
So Marvel is I think countersuing.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's either the Ditko...
Wait, but how can they even...
I think the Ditko estate is maybe suing Marvel for
But how can they get the full rights to it? Even Ditko didn't have full creative rights over it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Lee's family stands on this.
Yeah, it's a whole...
All I know is this might affect how Spidey... continues in every capacity, including the movies.
Yeah, because it depends.
Anyway, actually, not necessarily.
Well, no, it doesn't mean they're gonna stop letting him do stuff.
A lot of people are like, "Oh my god, this is terrible. We can't let Marvel lose Spider-Man."
No, it just means that now Ditko's family's gonna be profiting from it.
They will literally be making money from his creation.
Half his creation.
It's
still debatable.
They will literally be making money from something he helped. He co-created.
It doesn't.
And like they can choose to distribute it as they please.
Yeah.
Which of course they would choose to do so because it
and
would
it doesn't
make
mean
bank.
and that also doesn't mean they have to like take it from Disney. It just means that they
No, the rights would be theirs.
No. It just means like they could take it. You take from the movies and stuff.
They just get
could
royalties.
Yeah, they would just get all. No, it's like they would just have to pay to keep using it,
which
is not that hard.
No, here's the thing: it's not hard, but it's Marvel and Disney, so they don't want to do that.
And Spider-Man is one of Marvel's biggest cash cows.
Yeah, it's literally any comic.
Well, he used to be. Now I don't know.
Any comic book company, they never want to pay their creators for their characters. They just say, "Well, we paid you."
Well, this was back before they used to, but that was like before.
No, they barely.
No, that was before Back Superheroes became like amazing and cool and mainstream and actually profitable.
Like Jerry Siegel's family continues to lose lawsuits against DC for ownership of the Superman IP because Siegel and Schuster died penniless, which is depressing.
Anyway, this rant has gone long enough.
None of this is relevant.
We're going back to the Tarzan thing. I don't even know how we.
Who has the publishing rights to the Tarzan comics?
What do you mean? The comics?
Like who's
currently
who published it and who distributed it?
Marvel had a couple of the rights for it for a while. Then DC. It honestly passed through everyone. Dark Horse, I think, had it for a while. I don't know who.
Do you think they paid the Burroughs estate?
Maybe. I don't know who currently owns it. I'm not sure. But I think we talked about this last week or sometime before. I'm not 100% who currently owns the.
Look, point is, Marvel and DC are assholes cash cows.
All right. Anyway, so back to this movie that we're supposed to be talking about, or we were going to talk about.
I wanted to put it off so bad.
A little bit of another background stuff. So back when the trailer for this first came out, so the first trailer, they teased this like in 2011, 2012. I was hyped.
You were aware of this?
Yeah, I was aware the movie was coming out. I watched the movie when it came out.
Why?
Because I was like, holy shit, we're getting a new Tarzan movie, and I'm like,
I don't remember.
And look, if you look at the teaser, if you look it up online, it actually looks pretty good.
We were like children. I don't remember you being this into Tarzan.
Anyway, my point being, I was hyped for this movie, and so when the movie actually finally came out, I was, fair to say, disappointed.
A little bit.
Yeah, pretty disappointed.
I could see why.
The trailer has better animation than the movie.
Well, obviously they would spend more money on the marketing.
Yeah.
They already made the money from getting your tickets.
All right, so let's get just straight into the movie. So the first thing...
I don't want to.
The first thing we have to talk about...
So 65 million years ago, when the dinosaurs went extinct, naturally you should start a Tarzan movie like that.
Yeah, no, because the first thing I think about when we talk about a Tarzan movie is, a secret, a narrator with a talking about a meteorite that crashed land on Earth and wiped out the dinosaurs.
Yeah, so already great start. You want to know what happened to this meteorite? No? Too bad. We're going to tell you.
Oh my god, this is so, it's so stupid. I don't even understand why.
Strange extraterrestrial meteorite with weird properties.
Did they just think like people would not no, because here's the thing, the Tarzan plotline is fine the way it is. Did they really think they had to add a whole a MacGuffin? Yeah, they had to add a MacGuffin to no, that'll keep the plot moving, even though it really doesn't.
So anyway, there's this stupid meteorite. And I'm not even going to try and hide my contempt for this. There's this stupid meteorite, and then millions of years go by. And then we cut to Africa, where we see... by the way, unlike most Tarzan stories where it's like in the 1800s, it's modern day.
It's like modern day, which that's not a bad thing. I'm not against that. My main issue is the fact that
Hold up. It makes way more sense that...
Okay, you know what? I'll give you this. The Tarzan in this movie, at least the kid Tarzan in this movie, is a douche. I will give that.
First of all, it makes a lot more sense that a kid would be lost in the jungle and raised by apes in the 1880s rather than in modern days, since it would be a little easier to find him in modern day.
No, but that's happened even in recent years, that there are still people raised in the wild, and that does happen.
I just feel like it works better as a period piece.
Yeah, either way, I think. But anyway, so in this one, so Tarzan's parents do not get
murdered?
They still get killed.
Oh, they die.
But not in a shipwreck this time. But okay, in this version though, first of all, Tarzan's not a baby.
Yeah, no, he's 5.
And they weren't abandoned. He's 4 or 5. He can talk and shit.
He very clearly
He's been on a helicopter.
Yeah, he knows who his parents are. He knows who his family is.
He names himself Tarzan, which is really dumb.
And he says it means white skin, right?
No. That's what it actually means.
No, they don't say that.
It means a hairless ape.
Yeah, they don't say white skin.
They don't say white skin.
But it was made by the Germans.
Actually, I don't think any non-white people show up in that movie.
To be fair, if you show the kind of non-white people that show up in the original story in a modern setting, it's even more offensive.
Okay, then it's offensive. Yeah. No, I get that. Anyway, so basically,
you know how
so Tarzan is a kid and he has a stuffed ape and all that other crap.
Hold on. Granted, you could have non-white people be part of the plot since this is Africa, but nah.
No, I just don't think they show up. I just don't remember them showing up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what ends up happening is that John and Alice Clayton, who are friends with what's his name, with Dr. Porter. What's his full name?
I don't know.
I forget his full name. In all versions, I always forget his name.
Melvin.
Yes, Melvin.
I doubt it.
That's not his name.
It just sounds nerdy.
He ends up deciding to.
Dr.
Porter decides to stay in Africa.
Wait, you should probably specify Porter is Jane's dad.
Yeah, Jane is Jane. So a man named Dr. Porter, who is Jane Porter's father, decides to stay in Africa by himself. With meanwhile, John and Alice going.
Why were they in Africa, Mickey?
They were looking for the meteorite.
They were looking for the
giant freaking meteorite.
They were on an expedition looking for the meteorite.
And what ends up happening is, so on the way back...
Remember that meteorite, it's important.
Yeah, no, really remember it's that important. On the way back to civilization, their helicopter crashes over a volcano in Africa, because that's okay. That's
volcanoes in Africa.
No, but come on, in that place? Like, the geography of wherever they were in Africa
but Mickey,
made no sense.
the meteorite messed up with the geography of where it was.
So, there's a snowy mountain right next to the goddamn savannah.
It's not the savannah.
Fine, not the savannah, but you know what I mean.
You don't know where it is.
I don't know where it is. But no, come on.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off.
You're like a mountain skip away from the snowy mountaintops from tropical sunland here.
I mean, it depends on where you are. I don't know the entire geography of the country of the continent.
Geography don't work like that. You don't get a snowy peak right next to what? What? You don't get a snowy peak right next to that. It's messed up. It's stupid.
I don't know the continent well enough.
It's stupid.
Point is, so the fucking meteorite over the years.
So wait, the crash, anyway, the helicopter crashes
because of this electromagnetic disturbance in the weather that the meteorite causes, because it grew into like a huge rock structure over the years. You see,
and so Tarzan's parents and the pilot die.
No, they don't. No, you're forgetting an entire thing. No, because they originally leave, and then the electromagnetic disturbance causes them to land on the rock formation that the meteorite formed into over millions of years.
Basically, basically they crash land on the island from Superman Returns.
Yeah, that. And
it's not very pretty.
And then,
it's dull.
John decides it would be a fucking great idea to go into the caverns of this place randomly
and explore,
even though they just crash landed. Well, not crash it, but they had to land. Even though they just had to land, and he's leaving his wife and child behind. And he goes in, and then he sees, the meteorite is so beautiful, and Porter was right, and it formed into a whole thing. I better, take a little bit. And
surprise, surprise, he screws up the whole place.
Yeah, he screws up the whole place because, they framed it as if he stole a sacred artifact. He took, a little chip.
No, it's like that whole scene from, Raiders of the Lost Ark where it's
it's not.
No. They set it up like that where it's removes the idol. It's you didn't remove an idol, dude. You moved a pebble.
Yeah, you literally moved the tiniest bit, and then everything just crashed. And then they had to leave again, and then they crashed into a mountain when they were trying to leave this time.
Yeah, so
somehow
when you think they're gonna crash and die the first time, they don't. They crash and die the second time.
Yeah, they crash and die the second time, but this time they have a sliver of the meteorite. Remember that meteorite; it's really important.
Yes, and then Tarzan survives, sort of. Oh, and he gets. Meanwhile, in the ape society, or I think they're gorillas.
No, sorry, I forgot.
Are they gorillas again in this?
I don't know.
I think
I forgot one more thing. We've got to mention the guardians of the meteorite place.
Yeah, those aren't as important because the so-called guardians, which is be like a bunch of monkeys, suck at their job.
They're not even guardians. They just look. They look. They're watchers. They're watchers. Yeah. They look over at the cliff. And they scream at you. And they scream and they do nothing.
That's it. They're as basically as threatening as as one of those tag machines at a mall.
What?
You know, the ones that basically go off if you try to shoplift.
Oh, yeah.
They're basically useless unless there's someone there to respond to it.
Yes. And they're like an alarm. They're a glorified alarm.
They're just an alarm. And even then they suck because you're in the jungle. What alarm system is that?
Yeah. And meanwhile in ape society, you were saying?
Yes, in ape society. So I believe the gorillas again in this one. I think they clearly took inspiration from the Disney movie on that one.
Minus the quality.
For some reason, all right, so we got Kerchak and Kala, who are again a couple or a mate or whatever in this continuity as well. Because as a reminder, in most of the original books, Kerchak is normally not Kala's mate. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. Normally she's just a single independent ape mom raising her white boy on her own. That sounds weird.
You know what? Let's know.
Moving on.
Did you just...
What? What?
I don't know. I feel like this is going to get really gross and offensive. If...
I'm moving on. Anyway, I just meant like...
maybe just apologize.
To who?
I don't know.
What did I say?
Why'd you...
Huh?
I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Moving on.
We're sorry.
I don't know what I'm apologizing for.
Never mind.
Anyway, so what ends up happening is Kerchak and Kala, who are very happy, couple and stuff, get challenged, or at least Kerchak gets challenged by Tublat, the douche ape.
Yeah, none of this has dialogue, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no dialogue. They just kind of scream at each other. And
No.
Mickey just knows all the names of the apes from Tarzan.
No, not that. That's not why I know that's Tublat. See, so the main thing on this one is, so the apes don't talk in this one, which I'm actually kind of fine with.
They have to talk.
You said you liked that they didn't talk.
Well, that was past Nati. Past Nati's an idiot.
But I didn't mind the fact they didn't talk.
I'm a hypocrite.
I thought it was interesting. Weird for I mean, in live action that would be weird, but in animated I think you can get away with either one. It'd be stupid if they talked English, but like if they could like talk and you can understand them.
If they spoke English to each other when there were no people around.
That makes sense.
Yeah, a translation. Not like Meowth from Pokemon.
No, but the reason you know most of this is because there's a goddamn narrator in this movie who never shuts up sometimes.
It's like Morgan Freeman
and he's like, he's
penguins.
It's like a National Geographic documentary, and he's like, you see the king ape, or like you see the king ape, or the chief ape, I don't know what they call him, like Kerchak facing against Tublat, the douche ape.
Does he name them?
Yes, he calls them by name.
Oh, okay.
And that's how you actually find out all these characters' names. Actually, I don't even think that's how you find even the main characters' names. The narrator just doesn't shut up, even when people can talk. Anyway, so Tublat ends up killing Kerchak.
Doesn't he shove him off
and then, no, he killed,
he bashes
him with a rock.
Yeah, the rock breaks he breaks a rock over his head. Jesus.
Yeah.
No blood, by the way.
Yeah, no, this movie, I don't think
PG-13, we can't
do that. Or they didn't have the budget for it. Anyway, and then a little bit while later, the Kerchak and Kala's ape ends up being stupid and just goes playing.
He chases a butterfly off a cliff.
He literally, that's how he dies. That's how he dies. Like, nothing sad. It honestly, it was like a very avoidable death. Granted, personally,
it's like taking your kid to Niagara Falls and being a negligent parent.
No, not even that. It's just that, like, maybe you guys shouldn't be living next to a cliff on a waterfall. Like, they're literally, like, right next to it. Like, that's where they live.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
That just seems like a bad place.
Well, normally, none of them would go near the fucking cliff.
I guess, all right.
But the kid has a short attention span and no concept of what's been in front of him.
You're giving crap to a baby?
Exactly.
And baby apes can move. No, you're giving crap to a baby for dying, and it's like, what do you want? What do you want the baby to not chase a butterfly? They do that.
Yeah, maybe
babies are stupid.
Fine, they shouldn't be living near the cliff.
Yeah. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so Kala ends up finding a baby, or not a baby in this case. This time it's like a preschool, I guess. Not an infant. Like how would you call a toddler?
He's a toddler.
Toddler Tarzan.
He's knocked out.
He's knocked out. She ends up picking. She's like, you're mine now. I'm taking care of you. The funny thing is, and then somehow, so time passes, and somehow Tarzan basically just like forgets everything.
Maybe they don't really go into it. They just said the narrator says he just kind of stops being John Clayton and just starts being Tarzan. Like he just forgets who he was. Maybe he was the trauma of losing his parents.
Look, psychologically, I can buy that. Like he does it to protect himself, but at the same time,
like he represses it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, dude. Seriously?
It's like 5 years of your life. You were developed at that.
You can forget how to speak and things like that if you don't hear it, but like
you remember like what people are and what
you don't have to learn, like you shouldn't have to like relearn, like you don't have to like learn from the beginning. You have a
foundation. You also know what you are.
Also, you named yourself Tarzan,
which is stupid.
Yeah, it's that, and he does talk to the apes at first, like in English. He just speaks to them, so he clearly knows something. Anyway. As more time moves on. There's a lot of time skips in this movie, and not like natural ones, just kind of annoying ones. Eventually, you see more. By the way, this is one thing I always question about this movie. So you find out that that Dr. Porter has been in Africa this entire time. Like, he never left, and he's been just doing stuff in Africa.
I mean, I guess
he never once ran into Tarzan. Not once. Like that makes. I mean, let me get this straight. You've been living here. This boy has been here 18 years now, and it's like, and you've never left. And you've just been hanging out. And
the same area.
And you guys are like maybe, 5 miles apart, and you never ran into each other.
I don't know.
Not one.
Tarzan would never have to even question who or what he is, because there are always like people who look like him around. And he also knows who he is.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
They never ran into each other.
Yeah. Honestly, so that was always kind of like, I thought that was like
weird and stupid.
Made no sense. Yeah. So anyway, so Porter has been giving gives a bunch of people like tours and stuff of the African jungle.
It's this specifically like this one asshole rich family like from the south, like presumably like this one fucking rich Long Island family with spoiled kids and
yeah, they're not the greatest people. But anyway, so they show up.
People who you wouldn't mind if they got mauled by a tiger.
All right. So they show up on the island. In the island. They showed up wherever that is in Africa. And they end up getting in trouble, and Jane shows up there, and then Tarzan saves her, and they meet for the first time. And then you think, okay, so that's when things are going to start. Nope, she leaves.
By the way, Jane's American in this, which is surprisingly accurate.
Yeah, because she was American. Yeah, she was originally American.
Yeah, so she's like, her dad's British and she's American. I'm like, that's the detail you chose to keep?
Yeah, that's funny. But anyway, no, her dad's American.
No, he's British.
Oh, maybe he's okay.
Very clearly has an accent.
Yeah, doesn't mean he can't be American.
I'm gonna, you know what? Who cares?
Like even like Jane, like even.
Why am I arguing this?
No, but even like in Jane in the books and stuff used to be like she's like even in later stuff you'll see she is an American. She just was like either raised in Britain or she spent a lot of time there, so she came.
Whatever, white is white.
Okay. Anyway, she goes to the. So she ends up like she meets Tarzan. You think that's where things are gonna start moving on with her? But nah, she just leaves. She goes back to America. And then more time passes.
She meets Tarzan because she's about to get attacked by what ostriches? No, like peacocks.
Yeah, a lot of the animals in this don't make many. They're supposed to be like I think like ancient creatures that survive in this part of Africa.
Or some shit.
Because of the meteorite, that important meteorite.
Yeah, they changed them. They changed the evolution of the things in the area because of the meteorite.
It's that movie Dinosaurs. I don't know why.
No, it's not.
It just reminds me of that movie Dinosaurs.
The movie Dinosaurs has nothing to do with the meteor. I mean. What?
I mean, it does do with the meteorite that kills the dinosaurs.
Yeah, but like it's not like special properties. Like it's just a
I don't know. It's a movie with talking dinosaurs. To me, that's like weird enough already.
But there are no people around. They're just talking to each other.
Fair.
It's like The Land Before Time. You could have said The Land Before Time.
Okay, that's true too. Anyway,
Tarzan saves Jane from random animals who don't exist,
and then she leaves.
And then she goes back to America.
And so when she goes back to America, she goes
to Greystoke Energies because they had a company.
Yeah, they had a freaking cup. Well, actually, that actually I can buy.
It's basically like the modern American version of Downton Abbey, which was half the plot of the original Tarzan books.
Yeah, it's like you basically just get like, you got like, instead of having an estate, you have it, which honestly, that I'm okay with.
He's Bruce Wayne in the jungle.
He's kind of like Bruce Wayne. But so his cousin, who's now like, it's Clayton's, William Clayton, I think.
Yes,
it's Will Clayton. He's
a douche.
He's an ass, which he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be obvious bad guy of this movie. He ends up, Jane ends up convincing him to come to Africa because he's like, if we can find this meteorite now, we'll have even more energy and power and money and
we could use this meteorite as a clean energy source, and then we'll have like the leg up on our competition.
Yeah. And then we'll get money.
Remember that meteorite?
And we'll make money because we're evil.
Yeah. You act like that's not realistic.
No. But I'm saying it's like, come on.
What do you mean, come on?
No, they're so generic.
Most bad people in the real world are just greedy assholes who will do anything for more money and power.
I know.
Like, it's just more realistic.
Yeah, but it's just not. It's just funny. That's all. I just think it's funny.
I don't know. Like, what do you want from a villain? Why do they have to be complicated? Who cares?
Fair.
It's a boss fight.
Anyway, as the plot keeps going, so they go back to Africa.
Oh God.
And Jane meets up with Tarzan again. And in the meantime,
yeah, how she just meets him again?
She kind of runs into him again. Well, mostly because like he ends up noticing when like the helicopters and stuff show up,
and he has no idea what they are.
And he's been kind of like keeping up with them and all that. Basically he kind of goes back to.
You forgot what happens.
I forgot what. Oh crap. God, it's like this movie was not that good.
I know. They go back to Africa. They set up camp.
Oh. They go back. Yeah. He ends up running into basically, it's kind of like watching Tarzan.
By the way, we forgot to mention.
Be like a creepy teenager.
He is a creepy teenager because he has no experience.
Yeah. So, but it's excusable.
Tarzan finds the wreckage of his parents' helicopter, by the way, and he like finds a bunch of stuff in it, and that's actually why they go to Africa, because he accidentally like activates the homing beacon.
Like the black box or whatever.
Yeah. He actually and
like 2 seconds.
It was a Greystoke Energy's helicopter, so like they received the signal, and they're like, wait. But
they're alive.
It was like, but they died. We should go check this out. And also, we got to get some of that meteorite. Remember that meteorite?
Yeah. So they use the cover of like something that Jane wants to do, like some like natural wildlife preserve or whatever. And they're
some bullshit like whatever.
Just some bull crap.
You know,
some
like
bull shakalaka.
The white girl, who joins PETA.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, they do that, and so they meet up again, and then there's there's like after like a 2-minute musical montage, Tarzan and Jane are in love now.
Well, you forgot the part where he like literally breaks into her tent and like goes around all her stuff and like picks up a bikini top because
that was kind of funny though.
Yeah, okay.
What? The dude's never seen this crap before.
Yeah, I know.
Or at least he should have.
He
but
just like rummages around her tent.
Yeah, but
and just like, okay.
Okay, it's like it's kind of like if you were just a normal like teenager or like a normal like 22-year-old or whatever old he is,
you'd be arrested.
It's like that's creepy. But because you don't know any better, we're kind of okay with it. It's kind of like charming or humble in a sense.
It's just weird. Like I get why. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, out of context, that's weird, man. It's like you are lucky you are an ape boy.
Yeah, so Jane runs into him again, and like I don't really remember, but like now they're in love.
No, there's a 2-minute musical montage where they're suddenly in love for no reason.
A musical montage?
You don't remember this?
No.
It was like the only musical number in the whole movie,
Thank God.
And it was so dumb.
Why? What was it?
I don't even remember it. They just like they go swimming in that like weird.
Oh, that's right. He takes her swimming in like a lake or something.
And now they're in love, and it's like, I'm pretty sure it's only been like a few hours.
Yeah, they literally.
But anyway, in the meantime, so then Tarzan makes his presence known to Will Clayton, and who now has like brought over like a whole militia or something. They're gonna come and get that meteorite.
Yeah.
You know that thing from the beginning of the movie, that totally important object.
Well, obviously.
We're doing that now. And then, oh God, I remember that.
He almost shoots Tarzan in the face.
Nope, but he does shoot.
Who?
Kala.
That's right.
And she doesn't die. She gets shot point blank in like, I'm pretty sure like the chest or like a shoulder or something.
He does shoot Kala.
And the way they do it, they make it like you're pretty sure she's dead.
Nah, she's alive.
It's like, nah, she's alive. She was alive. This turns out she's fine. It's like that scene back when like they in the G.I. Joe movie.
When it's like Duke's in a coma, he's gonna be fine.
When he got like freaking harpooned in the chest.
No, he was dead.
But at the time they did it last minute, they changed it because of after what happened, the reaction of Optimus Prime's death.
Well, you don't kill Optimus Prime.
This is not that. This is
someone.
You guys didn't do you clearly planned this in the script. You didn't do it last minute that she's gonna come alive. So it's like, did someone just change this?
Yes, Kala's alive and it's fine.
It was so dumb. It was so stupid. It was like probably one of the dumbest scenes in the movie. Because they had a whole dramatic scene and everything. It's like, okay, he's mourning. She is dead. Okay, we're 100% sure. And in some versions, Kala does die.
Yeah.
But it's like
in like every version, but the Disney movie.
Not every version. Most versions. Okay, most versions, yeah, majority.
Like 90%.
Yeah, like 90%. By the time like most humans have meet Tarzan, most of his family or like most of the familiar people we know are kind of gone. Well, not all of them, not Tantor. Yeah. I'm gonna smack you in the face.
What?
I'm gonna smack you in the face.
Tantor, who was not in this movie.
Thank God he was.
I don't want them butchering my elephant.
You know they would have made him like a mastodon or something.
What? Yeah.
Because dinosaurs,
also, Sabor wasn't in here.
A lot of people. We had to save time. Look, we had to save a lot of for the new characters, like the narrator, Will Clayton's assistant.
Who?
Yeah. The random militia guys.
Yeah.
These were very important characters that we needed to save time for.
So yeah, Will Clayton brings in a militia.
The narrator.
That brings in a militia.
The narrator.
Is it Morgan Freeman?
It's not Morgan Freeman.
I don't care.
You don't know, but you know how important the narrator was to this production?
No.
Very important. How we know what was happening in this movie without him? Competent written dialogue.
So Clayton has a militia, and they're gonna like go for the meteor now, and it's basically just a bunch of fucking assholes with guns in the jungle. It's tale as old as time.
I can't understand this. Yeah, it's like it's so. They just literally like the last third or like this movie like honestly has such weird pacing. Like literally the end, the last 20 minutes, it's like when everything kind of ramps up. And there's basically like a gigantic climactic not action, but like they converge in like that cave from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, the cave in the beginning of the movie where like, they all go to the meteorite. Remember that meteorite? Clayton and like Porter, who has been kidnapped, and then Jane and Tarzan have to go save him. And
I'm going to be honest, I'm 100% surprised. Like, I'm really surprised that like it didn't do some like, this was actually like some sort of bullcrap ancient civilization, or this is going to grant Tarzan mystic powers or whatever.
No.
Which has happened in some forms of media.
That's stupid.
We're not going to be talking about them, but there are some like stranger Tarzan stuff out there that I'm not talking about because I have some self-respect.
Okay. Well, damn, that sounds kind of cool. No, it doesn't. It sounds weird.
That sounds terrible.
So basically, I forgot there was also like they had to up the stakes even more for some reason. Wasn't there like something they had like a countdown or some shit they had to stop?
I think they're gonna blow up the cave to get the meteorite out.
Not the cave with the meteorite.
Not the cave with the really bland architecture and stalagmites. What about the stalagmites?
I think it's stalactites.
Stalactites? I don't know.
I don't know what a stalagmite is.
I don't know. I'm not a.
Also, the Guardians.
I'm not a geologist.
Remember those monkey guardians who do nothing? Yeah, they do nothing.
They did nothing.
So anyway, I think they stopped them from blowing up the cave. They beat
the crap out of him.
Tarzan's ape friends jump onto the helicopter that Clayton tries to escape in and bring it down.
I honestly was actually really hoping one of them would he basically like Tarzan has like a group of like ape friends in this, which is called like Tarzan and the boys.
He's got the crew.
He's got the boys, the ape boys. And I just like at one point I was like, can they please just like hijack a helicopter and just fly? And I'm like, oh my god.
Well, they don't fly the helicopter. They just
I wish they did that though.
I wouldn't mind if they just broke the window and like threw them out and they just took the helicopter.
Yeah, and then
fuck it, if we're going there, let's do it.
They just have like the helmet and like the sunglasses on, and it's like they're in Top Gun.
They somehow find an aerial jacket and put it on.
Yeah. I would love to see if the gorillas
they're an ape mascot at a pilot show.
How great would that have been?
I would probably be saying it was stupid, but now I want it.
Yeah. Look, the movie was already doing a bunch of
whatever. They saved the day.
Come on, like would it be like how like they want to do something stupid like have like the like the meteorite gave the apes the ability to talk? They could.
Oh yeah, because it also mutated like plants and everything.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Alive.
How did this movie end?
I don't remember. I think it
kind of just ends.
It just stops because I think it's just they save the day and not John.
Will?
No. Porter realizes that like, oh hey, you're Clayton's boy. Good to see you're not dead.
Yeah. The true gift was family this whole time.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about family. Like Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. It's just his family.
I don't remember how this movie ends, but it probably wasn't that remarkable. I think they all just live happily ever after.
There's another narration.
Oh, there is.
It ends on the narration.
Did they end in Africa?
I think they just. I think they decided to stay there.
Tarzan doesn't go back to New York, which I'm happy with. We don't need that.
I think like Jane and Porter decide.
They're gonna stay in Africa forever.
Yeah, and live with like Tarzan. Yeah.
They're gonna fuck in the jungle.
Yay.
End of movie.
And that was Tarzan.
It was terrible. I hated it, and I don't want to see this ever again.
Yeah. So that I think concluding thoughts.
They had guns with bullets though. PG-13, guns with bullets.
Yeah, well, it's because it was an American-produced film. Yeah, this movie was not good.
It was bad.
This movie was not good.
I hated it.
Oh, God, this was not good. But we watched it. We sat through it. Now you guys got to suffer with us.
Don't worry, we have...
Hell, actually, we left out a bunch of crap.
Like what?
Actually, no.
What happened?
No, like, we left out, like, even some of the really bad stuff.
Like what? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to pretend.
No, I genuinely don't remember what. Like, just mention one thing.
Crap, neither can I.
Yes, what are you talking about?
It's a very forgettable movie. If you want to check it out yourself, by all means, I am not recommending
Don't do it.
Yeah. But come back to us next time.
We'll talk about a better one.
I'm talking about a way better one. And personally, one of my favorite Tarzan adaptations.
I'm gonna have a lot to say.
Yeah, he definitely has
It's gonna be me unfiltered. You will not keep me silent this time. I'm gonna be unfiltered. It's gonna be you're gonna lose a lot of listeners over this.
Anyway, the country we're gonna talk about Greystoke and the legend of Tarzan.
Mutton chops.
Just mutton chops.
If I could summarize my feelings on that movie in one motion, it would be just like mutton chops from the 1800s because it's I don't know. You'll see.
That's not really summing it up.
Well, I mean, that's how I feel about it.
But come back next time for Greystoke and Mutton Chops.
It's a better movie. It's a better
Greystoke and Mutton Chops.
It sounds like a terrible...
Greystoke and Mutton Chops! Hi, thanks for watching to the end of the video. Like, subscribe, or hit that notification bell. It really helps the show out. If you want to go see more of us, we have a podcast with way more episodes, so go check that out.
We also have a Twitter where we mostly just post new uploads when they come out and updates on the show. So if you want to like keep up on the progress that we make, go follow us there.